It's a not so sunny afternoon at Interlagos. Welcome to the second to last round of Formula One esports in the autumn of 2024. Krasnett has taken his third consecutive pole position, this time with McLaren, which now does have a nice special livery. Guillermo is in second for Alpine, F1 fan. In third, he could score big points in the Drivers' Championship, where he is almost 30 points behind. Now, Piggy, once again, is not racing though, which can be huge if F1 fan performs well in both of the last rounds. Pigeon lines up in P4, Magenta also 5th, so a nice starting position for VCARB. Frimpong is in 6th, replacing Brasidas, who qualified in this position. And Nikhil, Matt, Go7 and Seb all joined for their respective teams. Especially Williams will be important, with Nikhil the only one to maybe hold up McLaren from scoring huge points today. And they already lead the Constructors' Championship since the last round. And there we go. 25% chance of rain basically means 100%. I explained it to you already at Spa, as they all pick their drivers, the tires. Everyone goes for soft tires and we are underway. Krasnett leads cleanly out of the first corner. Guillermo in second and F1 fan in third. All of these three drivers are part of the McLaren family. Then the two VCARBs still in fourth and fifth, as Nikhil has made up a few positions but now loses them immediately again. There's one of the VCARBs going down the order, and Pigeon is still up in there in P3 though. The Alpine's now more in the middle of the pack, so Guillermo falling behind. And now we go 4 wide, or maybe 5 cars into turn 1 at the same time. The two McLaren still at the front, but now Pigeon has gone through and into the lead. Down towards the Cedar de Lago we go. F1 fan still in second, but Matt now having the inside line around the outside of Ferradura. Can he do it? Oh, and Matt goes off the track, takes one of the McLarens with him. That is huge news. Krasnett from pole position now is down to 7th, as F1 fan leads the way. It's just like at Baku, and only one McLaren remains at the top. Magenta is still in second. Pigeon has lost spots now. Guillermo has made his way back up the order. Seb is only in P8 for Alpine, and now we are wheel to wheel for second place at turn 4. He runs his rival a bit wide there, Guillermo, but it's more okay in this game than, let's say, in real life. As Magenta tries to send it down the inside in a very difficult corner, and actually gets the move done in the next few corners. But Guillermo's gonna try and come back at him into turn 1. Very tight corner in this game, and Magenta is sent out onto the grass and loses the position to Pigeon and the whole melee that is behind him. And that's Krasnett, who tries to get his way, make his way back up into the podium places, and trying to help his team out there. But Nikhil goes down the inside at turn 9. That's exactly what he's supposed to do. He's now fighting the McLaren as they head down the straight through the last few corners, which are all flat out. And across the line we go, but Krasnett finding his way to the inside, has to go the long way round of the VCARB though. And maybe he should have just stayed behind, because he now has lost the position to Nikhil also. And there's the Ferrari of Frimpong in the fight too. At the front it's still F1 fan and Guillermo now leading solidly. And Krasnett tries to re-establish the 1-2-3 position that they had in Q2. It was a very unusual qualifying, and Krasnett makes a mistake coming out of turn 13. Very unusual to make a mistake there. But yeah, kind of forced off also by Frimpong. Magenta and Pigeon still in 5th and 6th, so that will be nice for the championship. I think they're in the fight with Haas for 4th position, where Matt is only in 10th. It's one of the few leagues where he can still race. Now 3 wide in turn 10 is very difficult. Frimpong keeps it on the podium for now, and Krasnett will once again have to try and make his way around the outside into turn 1, but they are 3 abreast going into there, and the RB is on the inside, and it's kind of cleanly. And Pigeon makes his way into 3rd for now, but now touches the grass. In turn 4, and Nico once again passes the McLaren. Oh, and they're now really drifting in the infield already. The soft tires today last 10 to 15 laps, the mediums last 12 to 18, and the hard tires 16 to 21. Now crossing it, almost losing the position to Majumdar as well. So they now are really far behind the first few drivers. Frimpong's on his own now in third. Escaped this battle. Guillermo also with some comfortable distance to F1 fan and also Frimpong. Yeah, what I wanted to say is that the three McLaren drivers. Oh, and there's now absolute chaos. I can't talk because Krustin is getting himself into trouble all the time as he tries to repass the Williams. And the two V-Cubs now pass Nikhil as well though. Oh, and Krustin goes very wide at the top of the hill there. And around the outside goes Pigeon. Majumdar can't pass yet. But what I wanted to say is that the three McLarens had were the only three cars in Q2, so they could decide their positions for themselves. An F1 fan who's trying to win the championship against Piggy only qualified in third though, so that's not the best teamwork, but of course it was very satisfying for them to see all three of them, and only the three of them in Q2. And right now it is going well. Only Krasnet has sadly dropped down and has also pitted, but anyways he's still lost positions before that. And there's chaos in the pit lane. What's Nikhil doing? He just did a donut or something because he kind of got caught up with one of the RBs there. And I'm not sure that he's too motivated now, but he should keep his nose pointing in the right direction, because there's a championship at stake and maybe even two. Well, that's not looking good right now. Go 7 is in here for Aston Martin. I'm not sure if he raced already in this league. And there's now rain coming up for the first time. It's been 12 laps without rain. It's quite impressive. Majumdar and Matt are fighting for 6th. They both already pitted. Everyone already pitted apart from Guillermo, who's now got a 3.2 second gap over F1 fan, who has also pitted. So the Spaniard in the Alpine, who is a member of the McLaren family though, remember Alpine and McLaren are kinda the same thing in this league since Belgium. He will take the lead of the race. Quite a long way clear of his teammate F1 fan, who takes Inters. That's quite a gamble, because the rain is very heavy already and the track is getting wetter and wetter, and it will get very difficult for him to keep it on the road and to go as fast as the other drivers, as Frimpong, who's also on wets, in third. Krasnet and Matt though have also picked Inters, but it looks like Matt is already struggling, fighting the two Alpines who are behind him. Through Jinsao we go, and onto the last few kinks down the main straight. The two red and blue cars have the inside line against Matt, as Pigeon tries to force him out wide, and that works out beautifully for them in that corner. And yeah, what's Guillermo going to do? I mean, he can't slow down like 3.5 seconds like it is right now. Not sure if they bear in mind that Piggy isn't here today, and that 30 points gap can truly be overturned with that race victory today. It would only be 5 points of a difference, and if Piggy races at Qatar, which I think he will, it's still going to be very hard for F1 fan, because Piggy has taken maximum points in every race that he's competed in here. Oh, and look at this battle. Seb going around the outside of Matt at this moment. The two RBs are in there. Seb is also on intermediate tires, so he's doing quite well, but it's drying up now, so they will benefit. That's also nice for F1 fan. The heavy rain hasn't been there for too long, but I think still longer than that light rain. It got very wet very quickly. And Pigeon has already gone for soft tires, doing an undercut. As, yeah, Seb and Majumdar will probably struggle to the pit lane from here. But yeah, they managed to get through the second sector, through the infield on the right compound still. So it probably will not be a problem, at least. Krasin is still running in fourth. He's now pitted. Frimpong, Afonfan and Guillermo, so no trouble at the front in terms of the timing when the rain when the track dried up. Imagine that just got past Seb a few corners ago, but I talked over that. And Matt behind them, he holds the fastest lap. Into turn 1 we go. They're still separated, no one trying to pull alongside here. Maybe they are going to spare that move for turn 4, as Seb, I think, got forced off with the lag from Majumdar, and Matt goes around the outside of him because Seb slowed down on the straight, and now Matt also immediately sending it up the inside at turn 8. Very nice moves by Matt in just a few corners, but they are coming back at him. Matt will keep the inside line. Does a very nice job at defending as Seb and Majumdar get into each other's way. And now Pigeon will be passing his teammate. Yes, he does. Majumdar sends it back up the inside. That's a move that he did at least twice now. Twice that it's been on camera, I think. At the front, the gaps have grown. Guillermo, 3.5 seconds. That's not really grown, but it was big in the first place. And it's 4 seconds between Afonfan and Frimpong. Krasner trying to catch back up to his friends at the front. Nickel is only in 9th. He's the only one who's not gone for softs. All the others don't believe that it will stay dry for that long. But of course you might as well try something different, and maybe the rain will just come that little bit later. But the soft tires certainly were fine in the first part of the race before the rain was coming. The two RBs are wheel to wheel down towards the first corner once more. Pigeon really blocking it off there, but loses momentum coming down the center S. And now he goes around the outside of turn 4. Imagine they're kind of lifting off there. Doesn't want to run his teammate wide. And Pigeon takes the position at the inside. Imagine they're once again doing that same move. But yeah, Pigeon will get the inside line for the next 2 corners. And also keeps the position, but Imagine once again finds a gap up the inside. In front of them, it will be Seb, maybe catching up to Matt. Imagine they're still ahead of Pigeon. And they're now only 7th and 8th. So they slip towards the back in this race so far. Seb, of course, didn't qualify. Maybe he would have taken a higher position if he did so. As Matt covers the inside, going to the outside to get a better racing line just before braking. And that's fine in the books. Also coming off the inside there, and yeah, keeping it to the inside. So he's kind of focused on defense already. 3 seconds to cross the net. But now he's found a gap on the inside. Seb goes through. What did Matt do here? Did he lift off maybe to, I don't know, maybe send it up the inside, maybe send it up the inside here. But Seb has taken 5th position. And now it's 2 Alpines, 2 McLarens and 1 Scuderia Ferrari car in the top 5. Matt will try and come back as they now enter lap 5. Matt weaving behind Seb. I'm not sure what's going on here. Seb now lets him by. Interesting. Have we seen this at Baku as well? Pigeon is just DNF'd. That's not something new, but it's pretty sad to see because they had a nice starting position, and now the RBs are just going to see 6 points to their name as it stands, and Matt will outscore them right now. I'm not sure at the moment how many DNFs that Pigeon's got in this league. I think it's quite a lot. Sadly can't see. Maybe he also just didn't race in 2, but he only scored big points in the first race at China. And now we see pit stops. The soft tires have reached the end of their lifespan. Now let's take a look at Nikhil. He might be happy in that car right now, but no, he also pits because he's not happy with his tires. Go 7's already gone for his 4th pit stop too, and he's now on mediums. But whoever can stretch it out and hope for rain will certainly be smiling under the helmet when it comes around. It doesn't look like it right now. Guillermo from the lead is also pitted. F1 fan, Frimpong, all of them. Mats is the last one, I believe. Yeah, F1 fan has won the UMRL race around this track last week. So yeah, that was the last race of the season there. We still have one to go in this league at Qatar next weekend, where we might see a grandstand finale between this guy right here and the guy that isn't here, Piggy, but the one that dominated every race that he's competed in. So he just took a 3-race break. No, 2-race break. I'm sorry, it's a 7-race championship. But yeah, still in contention. Yeah, but F1 fan certainly does have the potential to win around here. We've seen it last week. But Guillermo is still holding his own out there on the same compounded tire. The gap now is coming down right now. No longer 3.5 seconds as it was before the 3rd and 4th stops respectively. It's not looking too bad. Let's go 7 now becomes the first lapped car, and it doesn't give the blue flags throughout the entire infield, only at the last corner. So yeah, that might be interesting for the stewards. F1 will be the next one to reach the Aston Martin. They haven't scored ever since Oski got P9 at China. Could have also scored bigger points in that race. Ever since it didn't look good for them. Doesn't also doesn't look good in terms of driver lineup. McLaren and Williams are really the experts in that case. And now there's a battle for 3rd. That's Krosnet going down the inside. Goes 7, has DNF'd at the first corner there. And Krosnet goes up into the lead and kind of weaves down the straight. What's going on there? That's a bit irritating for Frimpong, who makes the brave move into turn 4 anyway though. And then the mistake in turn 9 for Krosnet sees Frimpong go around the outside. after Krasnod tried to defend still. So here we go, 1 lap later. Krasnod is on the outside. And these soft tires will also slowly degrade. Now Krasnod around the outside at turn 6. He's got his nose ahead, but it's going to be difficult for him to pull it off. Maybe into turn 10 now. Can go really wide there though and take a better line if the opponent ahead of you DNFs. And now there's been a bit of lag for at least one of the two, which saw Krasnod just shoot around the outside in the kinks on the straights. As Frimpong dives down the inside, they're braking very lately, but he makes the corner. Well, he's defending for all his might against the pole sitter that fell down the order, but yeah, recovered quite quickly, unlike at Baku, I think, and yeah, still couldn't make his way past the red car. And now the light rain is coming. Krasnod is the first one to take Inters right away, but it will still take a long time until the tires are there. Maybe it's been a bit of a panic moment. I think Frimpong will be better off here. I mean, the soft tires are kind of sliding, and maybe he wanted to get off them. But look how he's sliding through the infield. You will see it soon. Yes, that is very bad. As Guillermo now also pits, I don't think that anyone got screwed over by that. Guillermo just leaves the pit lane as the rain comes, so that's very great for him. F1 fan looking good as well. Frimpong, Krasnod down in... Oh, what's he doing? He's already pitted for the second time. That's also not the best thing to do, I think, because now the rain will stay for at least one more lap, and Krasnod has not nailed that these pit calls at all, and that will cost him the position against Frimpong, and maybe even against Matt and Seb. Let's see. Maybe not now, but at least in the long run, when the tires are degrading, because Frimpong's tires, no, not Frimpong, Krasnod's tires will certainly suffer a bit more. Yeah, the gap now at 3 seconds while they were just fighting. And the drivers at the top just pit now. Let's see, it looks like the gap between Guillermo and F1 fan is not too big. Yeah, still about 2.5 seconds. And Frimpong now is actually far behind. And Seb is still running out there in the Inters. He's now going for a gamble. Krasnod is also behind him, which will probably not be the case for much longer though, as now the sun is also announced, and Seb will drift his way into the pit lane. At least I hope so. Yes, he does. And that's not good for our pole sitter here. Matt's also not too far off him. And Seb has now lost the battle against Matt that was going on for so many laps. At least we'll have to catch up. And let's imagine that the sole RB remaining in this race. I think he stayed out in the rain. He's still only on 4 stops and his softs are not looking good. I don't think that was the best strategy as well. I mean, you could try, but yeah. And there's Nico, still only in 8th. Nothing he can do against the mighty McLarens here. Go 7 and Pigeon aren't here anymore. And Matt still holds the fastest lap with the same time as, yeah, like 20 laps ago or something. And it's still a long way to go here at Sao Paulo. 71 laps is a lot because the track is not so much shorter than the other ones in the game compared to real life. So let's hope that it will stay exciting with the help of the rain. Let's hope that it won't become like Monaco, because that was not too interesting, I have to say. I don't even have a prediction to make for the race this time, because the race isn't in a few hours. It's already happened in F1 today in Las Vegas. I wouldn't have predicted that, I can say that. And yeah, I can make a prediction here, maybe about Qatar or something. I'm not sure. About the championship, I think that Piggy will still take it. I think Piggy will be there at Qatar, and yeah, I think Piggy will still do better than F1 Fan, just because of the experience from the entire season. And let's see how it is at Qatar. High-speed track in this game especially. Yeah, I think almost half the lap is flat out. Also some very wide corners. But man, Piggy's made this exciting. And also Williams, but I think that McLaren do have this in the bag after this race. Matt's tires are at least one lap better than Krasnodarb's, because of the not suboptimal strategy in the rain by Krasnodar. And Matt is within a second of the papaya car in the very nice grey, white, orange special livery. I think they had this at Monaco last season in real life. I'm not sure. They had a white one at some point, which looked really good. Oh, and Nicholas DNF'd. It will be no points once again. Look at him going through the car park here. It will be no points once again for the Williams team. And it will be huge points for McLaren. And I think that they can be the Constructors' Championships. They can be the Constructors' Champions. And it's pretty certain that they will be. They won't be at this round though. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, tough one for Williams. And now something's happening, because we got pit stops. F1 Fan's tires don't look too good. Guillermo has pitted for new softs from the lead of the race still. Frimpong from third. And also will get a new compiler tire. They all still prefer the soft tires and don't trust the weather. It's been quite sunny though at Interlagos today, and now, almost going into the ghost of Krasner, but he decides to go for the inside line instead for Frimpong, as he now races the McLaren into turn 8. Oh, and Krasner trying the same move that Majumdar did so many times in this race. And now Matt is also behind Krasnodar. Krasnodar is also pitted, so he has actually caught up in the last stint to Frimpong again. It's looking good for Matt now. I think Frimpong has lost ground. And Seb is now in third. He's still on the old tires, but yeah, I think that Frimpong has lost ground to the guys behind him. And it might get very spicy soon, especially if Seb holds up Frimpong, and he still decides to do so. Decides to hope for a rain announcement coming very shortly. As Matt now gets in the slipstream of Krasnodar towards turn 4, he stays behind though. I'm not sure, Matt's not been too keen on making moves for quite some time now. Oh, as Seb slides wide, but he gets the outside line for turn 10. That's not good for Frimpong, especially because Seb drifts wide and sends Frimpong with him onto the grass, and crossing it now will benefit off that. Heading down the main straight, Matt still staying behind, maybe trying to just wait for chaos to unfold in front of him, but I think he should go for it, honestly. I don't know what he's doing. As Krasnov now takes third, as it looks like he's got the inside line, heading through this triple right-hander here. And he keeps it in the infield and keeps it through Jinsao. Keeps the inside line, hopefully down the main straight. Frimpong, though, will still have a look around the outside. Did a very nice late braking move here as Krasnov lags his way across turn 2. I almost thought that he went across the grass in that corner, but still Frimpong gets the inside line. And once again moves ahead, cross the net, down the inside here. No chance, but Frimpong slides out wide because he has to defend. But it just gives him the inside line for the next corners. And also now down the straight, and now it's rolled reversed for them. Frimpong on the inside, Matt almost on the inside of Krasnov, and they both go off the track, especially Matt losing a lot of time in that corner. And Krasnet's out of the slipstream of Frimpong, so everything stays as it was between the two of them. Matt also there with no Seb anymore to fight him. Let's see if rain will still come up. Right now it would be the same for everybody. Oh, what a race by Guillermo though. I think he's taken one podium so far. Yes, at Monaco. Third place behind F1 Fan and Piggy. So it would be the first time that he outraces all his teammates. And it would be a win for Alpine. I mean, still Guillermo is a McLaren driver, but yeah. Alpine is at the front many times as well now because of that. Didn't miss anything in that fight. Krasnov can't get too far. Oh yes, I did miss something. Krasnov has passed Frimpong for third position. They're still closely together. Krasnov actually setting nice times on these old tires. If you look at the fastest lap, Frimpong not so much. He has lost time somewhere. Probably because he's been overtaken, or maybe the other way around. He's out of the slipstream. Oh, and what did Krasnov do there? Did he want to make Frimpong to pit, maybe not pit, or did he just think twice and not go into the pits yet? Frimpong is now doing the undercut anyway, and he goes for hard tires until the end of the race. Hard tires? I don't know. Shouldn't you just be able to take mediums? And now Seb has punted Frimpong into the wall. I'm not sure how it looked on his screen, but it was quite an aggressive move by Seb, who is on quite fresh soft tires still because he stayed out for a long time. Gambled for the rain. The Frimpong's on hards. I think he should have gone for mediums, honestly. Could have made it until the end on these two. Because look at Matt. He's just pitted a lap later. And he's even gone for softs. Guillermo and F1 Fan do the same at the front of the field. They control everything. And now F1 Fan is actually within a second of his teammate. Will there be the team order? They don't know. And I don't know if Piggy will race at the last round. But it might be a sensible thing to do. It reminds me of real life. So yeah, Krasnov now is running on his own. In third, he's now put to 2 for an 8th time as Frimpong tries to make his way through the traffic past Seb, who's still on the old tires. And now there is Matt in the way because Frimpong's lost time. And Seb also on the inside, and both of them, apart from Frimpong, end up in the grass somehow. On the inside of turn 1, and Frimpong makes his way into 4th spot on the hard compound tires though. 3 seconds to Krasned. It's gonna be very difficult for him to catch up. And even to stay ahead of Matt. Oh, and Matt gets forced off. I think there was some lag in there, but that wasn't too good for him, as Matt now is almost being passed by Seb again. And Matt gets a great exit down turn 3, and once again Frimpong kind of forcing off Matt there. Around the outside goes Matt in the infield. We have never seen a move work out around the outside of Ferradura yet. Let's see. They will still try, as Frimpong defends very aggressively all the time. He knows that Matt is being pushed off though. Oh, and also down the main straight, but there was just no gap this time for Matt to go through. Gotta say that as well. Frimpong's got nothing to lose to the guys ahead of him, as it seems, because the gap now is at 6 seconds to Krasned already, and yeah, he just does have trouble to defend from Matt and the fresh softs. He's not doing a bad job here. I think it's still it can be still argued that all of this is a racing incident and down to lag, because I mean I didn't see a direct touch now, but yeah, I'm not a steward. I just provide the footage pretty much. Krasned is now pretty certain to be 3rd place finisher today from pole. Oh, and what's he doing? What's he doing? He's pitting. He's going for soft tires. Does he want to take the fastest lap? And how's that gonna look versus Frimpong? Yeah, it's fine. It's not a big risk. Frimpong's still on hards that I used. And Krasned is going for the fastest lap on these last few laps, doing everything for McLaren and the championship. F1 fan has lapped Matt now, 23 seconds between the top 2 and Krasned. That's also quite a statement. Krasned can't keep the pace that the top 2 have. And it's just 1.5 seconds between Guillermo and F1 fan. Matt weaving down the straight, kinda trying to distract Krasned maybe. It's something he can do even if he's got 3 flags. Matt might try to unlap himself here, because yeah, I mean, Matt's not significantly faster, I would not say that, but he's certainly fighting the McLaren right here. Who wants to take the fastest lap though, and can't really. Oh wait, no, that's F1 fan, I'm sorry. That's what happens when I don't use the names. Krasned is doing quite fine. His fastest lap overall is just 1/10 slower than Matt's. And still he couldn't improve that. But I just switched to the front because the gap between F1 fan and Guillermo was very small. But now it's at 2 seconds again. His teammate Seb is also there. And then we are on lap 70 for these two. Let's see if there will be a team order. It's 7 points difference between P1 and P2. So the gap right now is at 28 points between PD and F1 fan. It will come down to 10, but that's still big if you want to take on the current UR2D2 champion. And here we see it on the last lap. That is... Oh, that is Seb. Oh my god. No, actually it's not. It's not Seb. It's Guillermo in 2nd place. Yes, okay. The team orders were there. Seb is still running around here. Maybe I should really activate the names, but I need it for the thumbnails. Anyway, F1 fan takes maximum points, as it looks like, at Brazil. Slows down before the checkered flag. What's he doing? Does he want to give it to Guillermo again? I'm not sure if that's a good idea. I don't think he will. Takes maximum points apart from the fastest lap, of course. But what a performance by F1 fan, who won at Azerbaijan already, and that will become the second multiple race winner of this league. And across the line we go. It's very close between the two of them, and by 0.2 of a second, F1 fan wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Oh, and it's second for Krasnodar as well. Look at that. I mean, yeah, it's a sensible thing to do. I didn't even think about that. But Guillermo lets past both his teammates. He, of course, would have deserved the win. I think the McLaren teammates will agree here. Krasnodar takes second as well, and that is almost maximum points for McLaren. And they probably have sealed the Constructors' Championship with that here at Interlagos. Guillermo takes third after he would have won the race if he was in the orange car as well. Frimpong in fourth with a nice race as well. Not everything went his way at the end. Krasnodar also kind of messed up his rain strategy, but could recover to second place. Matt in fifth, not able to really battle with Krasnodar and Frimpong, but he won the battle against Seb and takes the fastest lap. Seb is in sixth. Majumdar 7th, not the day that RB might or could have gotten with the starting positions. Nico also DNFing, and no points for Williams once more. Go 7 in 9th, DNFing, and Pigeon also in P10. Piggy scored 100% of the points that he could have scored with the races that he raced in, but when he doesn't for 2 rounds and F1 fan scores a podium at every single round and maximizes the opportunities when Piggy isn't here, the stage might be set for an unbelievable fight between the two of them at Qatar. 3 points separate Piggy and F1 fan, and I honestly wouldn't have expected that. Krasnodar is a long way back, also scored a podium at every round that he raced in though. Guillermo in the third McLaren in the Alpine basically is also in fourth, 8 points behind Krasnodar, so there is still a small chance for Guillermo. Matt is also only 5 points behind him. Frimpong only 3 points off Matt. Then there's Kato with his 2 podiums. Nikhil in 8th, and then there's a big gap back to Seb and Tsumis, the top 10, where Tsumis actually tied with Pigeon. And the Constructors' Crown is certainly something that Williams have let slip. They still have a chance if they score a 1-2 and McLaren doesn't score any points at all. So the slimmest of chances possible. Ferrari is very solid in P3. Haas is only 13 points off RB. That's pretty much 2 drivers versus Matt in the Haas. Then there's Alpine, the sister team of McLaren. That's why they scored points now at the 2 most recent rounds. And Aston Martin and Red Bull, showing us what would happen if they don't have Verstappen and Alonso. And with that, I'll say thanks for watching. Join in 5 days' time when we qualify for the decider between Piggy and F1 fan for the honor of being the first Formula 1 eSport World Champion.